Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Caiden Cowger program, broadcasting from West Virginia. It is great to have you with us. So the headline on Drudge Report, finally, they're boring, shows a picture of the four Republican presidential candidates. You have Marco Rubio there, Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, and John Kasich, the governor of Ohio. And basically, the entire debate last night, I watched part of it. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it had a lot more substance in it when compared to other debates, but it was a bit boring. It wasn't like most of the other Republican debates where they're lively and everything. And we have the headline here from the Daily Mail: Trump-centric fight night canceled at Republican debate as candidates stage love-in, and even the party chairman says the GOP will support the nominee, whoever that is, whoever that may be. Now, according to what we have here, this is by David Marscotto, the U.S. political editor for the DailyMail.com in Miami. Thursday night's Republican presidential primary debate began without any fireworks, a first for the series of GOP matchups as the four remaining candidates steered clear of attacking each other, and even the Republican Party's chairman consulted unity and calm. So far, I cannot believe how civil it's been up here, Trump marveled during a calm, cool, and collected exchange about illegal immigration. For nearly an hour, no one spoke in the second person. No one turned to address another candidate. Every statement was delivered facing the audience. Trump said after the debate via telephone that it was a consensus choice. I think it was time to have that kind of debate. I thought it was necessary. It was a good thing. And they have the videos and some other stuff on here of the debate that took place. I was prepared to have gone all the way, the billionaire said. If you hit me, I have to do it. Punch back. It's a natural reflex. But ultimately, he explained that I really wanted to see if we could all, and this isn't just me, it was the Republican Party, we wanted to see if we could have a strong debate that's based upon substance. Texas Senator Ted Cruz said Thursday night that Trump was guilty of funding liberal Democrats and funding the Washington establishment, and said the real estate tycoon couldn't be trusted to take on the federal government. And he did that without raising his voice. Now, I want to stop right there for 1 second, because this is something that a lot of members who are supporters of Ted Cruz, members of the Republican Party who are adamantly in support of Ted Cruz, people who are in support of Marco Rubio, John Kasich, that's one thing that all of them say. That's just a regular anti-Trump, never Trump talking point, okay? And that is the argument that he donated money to the Clinton Foundation, donated money to Hillary Clinton, donated money to all of these Democrats. And, personally, I think it's sort of unfair. And I'll tell you why. Donald Trump has not only donated money to Hillary Clinton, not only to the Democrats, but he's also donated money to the Republicans. He donated money to John McCain's campaign, and he also donated money to Mitt Romney's campaign. And from what I also understand, apparently he also donated money to Ted Cruz's campaign. So he's donated money to a lot of political campaigns on both sides of the aisle, be it liberal, be it Republican, or be it conservative, be it Democrat, whatever. And here's why I believe it's unfair. If Donald Trump was running for the Democratic nomination for the presidency, they would be saying the same exact thing. Donald Trump donated all this money to the Republicans. Are you going to vote for a guy that has donated all this money to the Republicans, the party of homophobes, the party of old white guys, the party of misogynists, all this other stuff? That's what they'd be saying. And not only that, I really don't understand how Donald Trump could run as a Democrat, because the core principle of Donald Trump's entire campaign has been stopping illegal immigration, building a wall, preventing illegal immigration. It hasn't been in support of amnesty. He has been outspokenly in opposition to same-sex marriage. And I'd also like to point out that a lot of people have been saying, well, he donated money to GLAAD. He donated money to these to some gay it wasn't GLAAD. I think it was some other organization. It had to do with gay men's health or something like that. But that's what they're saying. He donated all this money to these gay groups, so now social conservatives need to abandon him. Let me tell you something. I looked into it because I knew that these pro-gay websites probably aren't going to go for that. Like, they're not easily tricked because they want the LGBT community to vote Democrat. But I looked into it, and I went on some of their gay websites, some of the gay websites like towerload.com, news websites. And one thing that they had on there was that Donald Trump did give money. His foundation gave money to some gay organizations. But here's the catch. He had a show for several years called The Apprentice. We all know this. Well, the celebrities that were on his show, The Apprentice, chose to give money to those pro-gay charities. So in other words, he was compelled. He had to give money to them because the people who were running who were in charge of deciding, okay, what charity do we want to raise all this money for, decided to pick that pro-gay charity. So really, it wasn't Donald Trump that donated that money. It's the money that the celebrities collected, but was donated to those various charities through the Trump Foundation, which was associated with The Apprentice. So Donald Trump himself did not donate the money. The celebrities did, but it went through his name. So that's really, he didn't give money to him. It was the celebrities that raised it, but his organization gets credit for it on a tax code. Okay, but that's something else. So he didn't give money to them. It was the celebrities that raised all the money. So that's that there. But anyway, I think that's a good point. Personally, if Donald Trump ran as a Democrat, they'd be saying the same exact stuff. He donated money to John McCain. He donated money to Mitt Romney. He donated money to this candidate, to that candidate that's a Republican. How can you vote for a person that has donated all this money to the Republicans? That's what the Democrats would be saying. So now that the Republicans are saying it and are not just accepting the fact that Donald Trump is not an ideologue, it's really, I think that part is unfair. Okay, he is a businessman. It is very clear that he's donated to both sides. And, I also find it really funny that a lot of the candidates that have been accusing Donald Trump of donating money to the Democrats have received money from Donald Trump himself. So why in the world would you be trying to make that an issue? I'll tell you why. It's because they are trying to win this election. So they are doing anything that they possibly can to make Trump look bad and to try to fool you. Now, personally, I'm someone that believes in sticking to the issues. If you are going to debate me, if you are going to come after me, then do it with substance. Come after me with my policies. And if you notice, a lot of these, the only thing that the Republican candidates can use against Donald Trump is his flip-flops, and they can also use against him, I guess you could say, his health, sort of his position on health care, I think. And that's just about it. And he's not that specific on what he wants to do, which he might be saving for the general election, because if he puts all of his ideas out there now, by the time that you get to the general election, that's old news. We don't care about that anymore. So that might be what Donald Trump is doing. He's saving the main stuff for later on. I don't know what's going on yet. It's interesting. Trump knows what he's doing. He knows very well what he's doing. He's considered running for office for several years. So he's been planning this out for a long time. So I wouldn't, put anything past. I don't know what he's doing right now. He knows. But, I just think that is, quite interesting when you really get down to it, because they really don't have all that much that they can use against him other than flip-flopping. And like I said, it's been an 11-year evolution, okay? It's been an 11-year transition from liberal to conservatives. Not conservatives, but conservative, okay? So you can't say that Donald Trump is this massive flip-flopper. He just flipped his opinion on the issue last month or a few weeks before he decided to run for the presidency. He hasn't done that. He has transitioned over an 11-year period, which is very reasonable. I mean, it's not all that controversial to say that with age you become more conservative. And when you start paying attention to politics more, which really Donald Trump has had no reason to pay attention to politics and really become opinionated on it. I mean, if I was a billionaire, multi-billionaire, I probably wouldn't care all that much either, unless, it's, well, then again, that would mean I couldn't do conservative talk. I like conservative talk. But if I was interested in real estate and that was my core, my core source of income, and that's what I wanted to do with my life, get into real estate completely, and not have any future in politics and not interested in politics whatsoever, I probably wouldn't care all that much. I wouldn't pay attention all that much. There are a lot of people that just do not care. And when you are a multi-billionaire and you're not even involved in the political industry, and you sell to everybody, you sell real estate to everybody, you're involved in various businesses, you sell to both Democrats and Republicans because, let's face it, the Democrats' money spends just as well as the Republicans' money, then, you're really not going to care all that much about who you give to as long as you give to them and they do what you want. So that is understandable. So I'm not going to say that, Donald Trump is not able to flip-flop, because as he has become more educated with politics, as he's become more informed about the political sides and political philosophies, he has decided to join the Republican Party. And if you notice, the first time that he's running for the presidency is as a Republican. If he was this huge Democrat, why wouldn't he run as a Democrat? If he's a secret Democrat, what's so secretive about it? Are you saying that he doesn't want the presidency? Or are we going back to this? He doesn't care about the presidency? I mean, guys, if he's this massive liberal, like Mitt Romney, like all these other candidates are making him out to be, why doesn't he just support Hillary Clinton? Why doesn't he just support a Democratic candidate for the presidency? I'll tell you why. It's because he wants to win this office, because he truly wants to make America great again. I personally think that Donald Trump believes that America has become way too partisan. We have become so politicized as a nation. We need to become unified again. And I respect that. I like that. I think that's one of the reasons why Donald Trump is doing so well. Because if you look at Ted Cruz, great guy, would make an absolutely amazing, outstanding president. But when you look at Ted Cruz, he represents what? He represents an ideology. He represents conservatism, right? He represents a partisanship. Well, Hillary Clinton represents a partisanship. She does not represent unity. She represents a political party, a political side. Ted Cruz is the same. He represents conservatism. Why I think Donald Trump is doing so well is because he's appealing to both Democrats and Republicans that are tired of politics, that are disgusted with politics, and just want to see politics blow up in this country and become absolutely obliterated. There you go. Obliterated. I can't talk. Sound like Porky Pig. That's all, folks. But anyway, that was a horrible Porky Pig impression. That's all, folks. There, I can't do it that well. Anyway, moving on. That's personally what I think that Donald Trump, that's why I think Donald Trump is doing so well. I think he's appealing to people who are just tired with politics in general and want to move on. They don't want politics to be an everyday discussion. They don't want to have to worry about the stupid leadership that we have in Washington, D.C. They want to be able to go on with their lives without having to worry about Obamacare, without having to worry about tax increases, without having to worry about ridiculous, unnecessary government spending. And I think that's why Donald Trump is doing so well. They want someone in there that is going to get back to Americanism, and that's what they believe Donald Trump represents. He represents not a political party, not a political ideology, but he represents core Americanism, and they want the presidency to become nonpartisan. They want common sense reform in Washington, D.C., and that's what Donald Trump represents. And whether we want to admit it or not, and I love Ted Cruz, and I've said this multiple times, I would love to see Ted Cruz as president from the perspective of an everyday voter. I think they just want Donald Trump in there to end the political partisanship and get someone in there that is willing to use common sense to fix America's problems. They don't want someone in there who's an ideologue. They want someone in there who's a non-ideologue. They want someone in there that doesn't cling to the Republican Party or to the Democratic Party or to the conservative platform specifically or to the liberal platform. They want someone in there who's going to be a free thinker and make the right choices. And they believe that person is Donald Trump.
Fighting liberalism one lie at a time.
You're listening to the new WXMB 101.5 FM.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
J.P. Morgan is now holding a record 55 million ounces of silver. Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting another financial crisis, and over time, they're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. Silver is trading below its production costs and is predicted to double by 2020. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. If you find a better rate, they will easily match it just for you. Plus, their specialty is precious metals IRA rollovers for the ultimate in IRA security. Be one of the first 20 callers today to receive their free definitive gold guide, plus their exclusive A Sterling Time to Be Buying Silver report. They have an A-plus rating with a Better Business Bureau, so call the experts at Capital Gold Group now and see what investing in gold and silver can do for you. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. Once again, that is 1-800-932-4108.
If you want to work until you keel over, have less of everything in retirement, or give back more of your hard-earned money to the stock market again, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to protect the money you save, receive a steady, predictable retirement income, and enjoy financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. You can download a free report that reveals the wealth-building secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. You'll learn how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and real prosperity without risking your money in the Wall Street casino, and how to get the money you need when you need it, simply by asking for it. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement and know your money will last as long as you do. To learn more about this method and to get your free report, go to 25security.com. That's the number 25security.com. 25security.com. Go to 25security.com.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Bank on Yourself. Bank on Yourself is a company that basically teaches their clients how to invest money, how to prepare for their retirement, how to reduce their 401ks, basically how to manage your money wisely. And the president of the company is Pamela Yellen. She has investigated over 450 financial products and strategies in search for an alternative task and voluntary of traditional investments. She has appeared on every major TV and radio network, and her articles and interviews have appeared in thousands of publications and websites. And she is a New York Times bestseller on Bank on Yourself Revolution. Now, if you'd like to find out more, you can go to 25security.com. 25security.com. Once again, that is 25security.com. You know, running for the presidency is supposed to be about portraying yourself as the most professional candidate fit for the office.
Caiden Cowger.
So what does Hillary Clinton do?
Somebody had to say it.
She barks like a dog.
You know? Who let the dogs out? 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 You know?
This is Caiden Cowger,
You're listening to WXMB.
Myrtle Beach's exclusive home.
For Caiden Cowger. Show notes and segments from today's show will be posted at CaidenCowgerProgram.com. If you're on Twitter, just follow Caiden Cowger at Caiden Cowger.
That would be the best decision of your life. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger. on 101.5 WXMB, Myrtle Beach.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. It is great to have you with us. So I was talking a bit about Donald Trump and the reason why people are supporting him. Now, I told you that the main reason why is because Donald Trump is not an ideologue. He doesn't cling to the Republican Party, to the Democratic Party, to liberalism or conservatism. However, that being said, I do believe Donald Trump identifies himself as being a common sense conservative, by the way. I will point that out. However, when it really comes down to his core principle, it is about making America great again. And the policies that Donald Trump has been promoting have been, in my opinion, fairly conservative policies. And see, the reason why I have not been criticizing Donald Trump is because I have a strict rule that I abide by, and I'm going to let you guys in on it, okay? Because Donald Trump is, in many people's opinion, Bill O'Reilly's even said this, is not an ideologue, okay? He doesn't cling to one side or the other. He's a Republican. He calls himself a common sense conservative. However, he's hated by both parties. And I'm going to tell you personally what I think. And this is by national politics, by the way. People in the Republican Party are obviously loving him. 20% of Democrats love him. So I'm not talking about the electorate. I'm talking about the establishment on both sides. Now, I am going to tell you this regarding the whole reason why I have not gone after Donald Trump thing. Because I have a strict rule that I abide by. It's what I think that every conservative should abide by. And it is the rule of not going after someone who is recognized as being a conservative when they have not been expressing any liberal opinions. And that's why I've been a bit critical of Ted Cruz at times. Well, I've been critical of Donald Trump, too, to be honest with you. I mean, when Ted Cruz or Donald Trump end up goofing up, I end up talking about it, and I offer constructive criticism. Because, like I've said before, and I'll say it again, I would like to see either one as the president. I just think this time around, more than likely, it's going to be Donald Trump. That's personally what I think. And, I follow another rule. Rush Limbaugh is the one who came up with this one. Do not endorse a candidate in the primary. I try to do the best that I possibly can not to do that. Because what ends up happening is that if I would endorse Donald Trump, then I'd get a whole bunch of my Ted Cruz listeners to absolutely hate my guts. Even suggesting the idea makes their blood boil. And then next thing you know, I'm accused of not being conservative, of being part of the establishment, which I've been fighting for the past 5 years on the radio. Then I'm accused of being a sellout, of this, of that. I get tired. It's so stupid. And then when I end up supporting, if I would end up supporting Ted Cruz and publicly endorsing him, I get Trump supporters that say that I support a liar, that I'm a hypocrite, that how can I be a Christian and support someone who holds the Bible up 1 minute and then puts the Bible down and then starts lying. And yeah, I just don't care to go through that. This is their time, all right? Not mine. It's not my, decision to endorse somebody and get a whole bunch of support for that person in a primary. That's up to the candidate to do, okay? Because this is basically the trial period. And I don't like, endorsing one person over another in a primary because it's not our team versus their team. Now, when a Republican is nominated, then it becomes our team, the Republican Party, versus the other team, the Democratic Party. Now, I will tell you that if they do decide to do a brokered convention at the GOP National Convention this year, and if someone runs third party, like if they try to do that to take out Donald Trump and Donald Trump ends up running third party, depending on who the GOP nominee is going to be, I probably will support Donald Trump. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that right now. Unless it would be Ted Cruz or something, then that would be an interesting decision to make. So I don't know. And if it was Ted Cruz who would be the GOP nominee, then Donald Trump might not run, or he might run. I don't know what would happen there. But I will tell you that if Marco Rubio is the GOP nominee, and they do that through a brokered convention, or if Mitt Romney is the GOP nominee and Donald Trump decides to run third party, I will end up supporting Donald Trump for president. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Now, that being said, because neither one of them are conservatives, by neither one I'm talking about Mitt Romney and I'm talking about Marco Rubio. So here's the thing. Getting back to what I was saying earlier. I don't believe in going after a Republican candidate who is expressing conservative principles. And up to this point, Donald Trump has been expressing conservatism, has been a defender of conservatism, though he has not been recognized as clinging to one particular ideology over another. Everything that he has been presenting on his platform, except maybe healthcare, has been conservative. I mean, when you get to the issue of his tax code, his tax plan, Rush Limbaugh even referred to it as being Reagan-esque. I mean, it was pro-business, pro-prosperity, help people make money, and then as time goes on, they slowly begin to having to pay a little bit more. But the fee that you pay the federal government in that tax is not that much compared to what it is now. So that was a reasonable tax code that Donald Trump developed. I think the maximum that it goes up to is 25%, and that's for the richest. So the maximum it goes up to is 25%. That's pretty good, especially considering that they're giving about a third of all they make right now, really almost half. But so that's, you have that there. Then you have the defense issues. Do you think Donald Trump would do a good job when it comes to military action? Yes, absolutely. He'd do a great job when it comes to the military. All right, now let's get on social issues. Donald Trump has been transitioning into being pro-life for over 11 years. He started off as being extremely pro-choice. Then the following year, in 2000, he ended up coming out and saying that he believed that there should be restrictions on abortion. And then all the way to 2011, he comes out as being pro-life, extremely pro-life, and says that the reason why he evolved on that issue, and he said that at CPAC, by the way, the reason why he evolved on that issue was due to personal stories that people were sharing with him. So I believe that Donald Trump genuinely transitioned over that 11-year period to being pro-life. And if you're going to say, well, Donald Trump supported abortion before, well, guess what? Women who had abortions that are now pro-life and regret their abortions had abortions as well. So you're going to say that they are scarred for life, that they are, basically should be shunned by society since they had an abortion? I think that's absolutely stupid. I mean, if they are now pro-life and they are strong advocates for the pro-life movement and they regret their abortions, are we not to forgive them? So, I mean, that's the thing that really gets me there. And then on top of that, with this whole gay marriage issue, Donald Trump has been outspokenly against same-sex marriage, first publicly stated in 2009 when they tried to toss out Miss California. Miss California ended up coming out and saying that she is in support of traditional marriage. She believes that marriage is between a man and a woman, one man, one woman. And Donald Trump was given the opportunity to either keep her on the pageant or kick her off. And it was that one guy, what's his name? He's that gay reporter from, I forget what it is. He's a homosexual reporter. He's Perez Hilton. There you go. Perez Hilton. But Perez Hilton basically asked Miss California what her position was on same-sex marriage. And Miss California said, I believe the marriage is between a man and a woman. I believe in the Bible, what the Bible says on that topic. And Donald Trump, rather than kicking her off that pageant, ended up defending her and said, you know what, she's absolutely right, and I hold the same opinion. As for me and my family, I believe that marriage is also between one man and one woman. That's the way it is. That's the way it always should be. She's staying on the pageant. Everyone has a right to disagree. That's America. So that's what Donald Trump said back in 2009. So he was outspokenly against same-sex marriage, and the LGBT Gestapo was going after him for it. I remember it very, very clearly. The media was hammering Trump. Why in the world would you let this homophobic model stay on this pageant? And he said the reason why is because I believe that marriage is between a man and a woman too. That's also my opinion. So you guys can just deal with it. I mean, that's basically what Trump said. So I don't have anything against Trump. Trump expresses conservative policies.
Some say he's the next Rush Limbaugh.
I tell you, this kid's got 90% of Rush's venom with only 10% of the biomass.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on 101.5 WXMB Myrtle Beach.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Bank on Yourself. Bank on Yourself is a company that teaches you how to invest money, how to prepare for your retirement, basically teaches you how to save money. And they are offering a free report right now that you can sign up for, 18 pages, absolutely free. You can get that by going to 25security.com. That is 25security.com. All you have to do is just type in your first name, last name, primary email, and they will send it right your way. That is 25security.com.
If you want to work until you keel over, have less of everything in retirement, or give back more of your hard-earned money to the stock market again, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to protect the money you save, receive a steady, predictable retirement income, and enjoy financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. You can download a free report that reveals the wealth-building secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. You'll learn how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and real prosperity without risking your money in the Wall Street casino, and how to get the money you need when you need it, simply by asking for it. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement and know your money will last as long as you do. To learn more about this method and to get your free report, go to 25security.com. That's the number 25security.com. 25security.com. Go to 25security.com.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-824-9762. Again, 800-824-9762. That's 800-824-9762. 800-824-9762.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Bank on Yourself. Bank on Yourself is a company that basically teaches their clients how to invest money, how to prepare for their retirement, how to reduce their 401ks, basically how to manage your money wisely. And the president of the company is Pamela Yellen. She has investigated over 450 financial products and strategies in search for an alternative task and voluntary of traditional investments. She has appeared on every major TV and radio network, and her articles and interviews have appeared in thousands of publications and websites. And she is a New York Times bestseller on Bank on Yourself Revolution. Now, if you'd like to find out more, you can go to 25security.com. 25security.com. Once again, that is 25security.com. You know, running for the presidency is supposed to be about portraying yourself as the most professional candidate fit for the office.
Caiden Cowger.
So what does Hillary Clinton do?
Somebody had to say it.
She barks like a dog.
You know? Who let the dogs out? 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 You know?
This is Caiden Cowger,
You're listening to WXMB.
Myrtle Beach's exclusive home.
For Caiden Cowger. Show notes and segments from today's show will be posted at CaidenCowgerProgram.com. If you're on Twitter, just follow Caiden Cowger at Caiden Cowger.
That would be the best decision of your life. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
You're listening to WXMB, the Myrtle Beach home for Caiden Cowger.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. It is great to have you with us. So, let me tell you something right now, okay? I am, and this is one of the reasons why I've been critical of Ted Cruz, because some people have said, you are so in the bag for Donald Trump, you're a sellout. And that's been the predominant thing that people have been saying. Sellout, 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 blah, 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 blah. Shut up. I'm not a sellout. I have not endorsed Donald Trump. I have not endorsed Ted Cruz. I have not endorsed anybody because I do not believe in public endorsements in primary elections, unless there is no other conservative that's running. And as I told you in the last segment, Donald Trump has been expressing conservative policies. He hasn't said anything that's liberal other than his position on health care, okay? That is the only thing that you could consider moderately liberal. All right? Now, I am going to tell you this. What has ticked me off about Ted Cruz, and this is the main thing that has aggravated the living daylights out of me, is his absolutely belligerent attitude towards Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump, and I don't care what you say, well, Donald Trump's been mean to him. I don't care. Because Donald Trump has reason to be nasty with Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz has been an absolute jerk to Trump, okay? Because originally, Donald Trump said he loved Ted Cruz. I remember hearing it myself, like in September. Donald Trump said, I predict that Ted Cruz is going to start attacking me. I'm going to have to push back. It's going to be a horrible day because he's been such a wonderful advocate for a lot of the positions. He's been hesitating and going after me. And I respect Ted Cruz, love Ted Cruz, but I'm going to have to start hammering him because he's going to hammer me. That's what Trump said back in September. And then sure enough, what does Ted Cruz do? He starts saying that Donald Trump is unhinged at a quote-unquote private meeting, which nothing is ever private when you're on the campaign trail. There's always reporters in there. There's always donors in there that are going to spread what you stated to the press. And I think there was actually a reporter that was in this private meeting. But anyway, Ted Cruz, you know what he told his donors? He said that Donald Trump is basically, in so many words, unhinged, and said that you cannot trust him with his hands on the nuclear codes. That's what he said at this event. And right there, saying that Donald Trump is an absolute, maniac, that he can't be trusted with nuclear codes. What is he insinuating? He's basically insinuating that we have another Kim Jong-un or Kim Jong-il on our hands here. I mean, that's basically what Ted Cruz was inferring. It was innuendo in so many words. So to be completely honest with you guys, Ted Cruz started this entire mess, and he deserves every bit of criticism, every insult that Donald Trump has been hurling at him, because he's been doing nothing for a long time other than bashing Donald Trump. So it's his fault. If he didn't want Donald Trump to start attacking him, he should have minded his own business like he was doing before, but because he was listening to people like Glenn Beck, who absolutely despise Trump with a passion and are saying that even if Donald Trump is the nominee, they're not going to vote for him. Why? Because I guess Glenn Beck wants Hillary Clinton to be the next president. He has millions of dollars. He can deal with it. That is, if he doesn't get back on the booze. But I tell you, it's just so absolutely pathetic. It really is this never Trump movement. And if Ted Cruz did not want Donald Trump to go after him, if Ted Cruz supporters did not want Donald Trump to go after their little buddy Ted Cruz, and Ted Cruz should have kept his mouth shut and not gone after Donald Trump. I'm sorry. This is coming from a guy that really likes Ted Cruz and that met Ted Cruz, shook his hand, and I still would like to see him as president someday. But I'm just telling you the way that it is because I don't care what people think. It's the truth. If you don't want attacked by a person, it's probably a good idea not to throw the first punch. I mean, let me tell you something. One of my good friends, Jack, if I would walk up to him and I would take my fist back and I would just punch him right in the face, you know what would happen? He would probably punch me back. Okay? It doesn't matter how much he likes me. If I would come across and I would punch him, he'd probably ask why I did it, to be honest, knowing him. But if he had any sense at all, he would punch me back. Okay? Well, basically, that's what Ted Cruz did to Donald Trump. He took his fist back and he gave him a pow. Except he hit like a little girl, and then Donald Trump just threw all his weight behind, knocked Ted Cruz for a loop. But that's basically what happened here. Ted Cruz threw the first punch, and Donald Trump simply just retaliated and responded with an uppercut and knocked Ted Cruz. So that's basically what happened. So if Ted Cruz did not want Donald Trump to go after him, he shouldn't went after him first. That's why I am very skeptical, and I could care less about this entire Donald Trump versus Ted Cruz garbage because I don't care. It's stupid, okay? It's all absolutely stupid. Ted Cruz has predominantly the same exact views as Donald Trump. Except Ted Cruz is very familiar when it comes to repealing Obamacare. Donald Trump wants to repeal Obamacare, but replace it with something that a lot of people have deemed to be Democratic light. But see, the thing is that what is Ted Cruz wanting to replace Obamacare with? We never hear this from the Republican Party. Have we heard it from Donald Trump? Yes. Have we heard it from anybody else on the Republican side? No. Donald Trump wants to repeal and replace. Ted Cruz wants to repeal and defund and do nothing else. We don't know what's going to happen here. So I'm just telling you guys, you have to... I get so sick and tired of these partisan hacks that are more loyal, really are just a lot more loyal to their candidate than they are to their ideology. That's why I don't go after Trump and Cruz. They are both conservatives. Stop trying to say they're not. I mean, securing the border, building a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border is a very conservative position. Repealing Obamacare, very conservative. Changing the tax code, making it so it is a lot more fair. Conservative position. Supporting traditional marriage, religious liberty. Using, and you heard it for yourself from our interview with Donald Trump's co-chair and policy advisor, Sam Clovis, that they are going to use Justice Scalia and Justice Clarence Thomas as basically the litmus test for the justice that they would choose, the justice they would pick. They are going to choose someone that has the same standards as Scalia. That is absolutely fantastic. That is what we need. So, I mean, guys, really, what is the big deal with Donald Trump? What's with this Never Trump movement? The reason why Glenn Beck and these other imbeciles are attacking Donald Trump is because they want Ted Cruz in there. And Glenn Beck is so aggravated with Donald Trump after he said that he could stab him multiple times, by the way, without stopping. Oh, but Glenn Beck didn't say that. Yes, he most certainly did say that. The guy's a liar. Joseph Smith is looking down, or looking up, I should say, very displeased with him. But anyway, it's really just so absolutely pathetic hearing this Never Trump stuff. I don't understand the Never Trump movement. I don't understand why people are having such a hard time supporting Trump. If Donald Trump is the nominee, you better believe I'm going to support him. If Ted Cruz is the nominee, you better believe I'm going to support him. If Marco Rubio is the nominee, and if there's not a third-party candidate, I'm probably going to end up, unfortunately, voting for Rubio, although I will probably regret it. You can't just say, you know what, I'm going to just completely, I'm just going to vote third party because I don't like Trump. I just don't like him. He's orange, I don't like him. You can't. It's so stupid. A lot of the people who disagree with Donald Trump don't even know why. They just say, oh, he's a flip-flopper. Oh, how long ago did he flip-flop? 11 years ago. Oh, well. Are you seriously that stupid? I mean, I don't know. It's like they've completely abandoned critical thinking and have turned into miniature Glenn Becks. Glenn Beck has mental problems, okay? When you start sounding like Glenn Beck, you are probably becoming a nut yourself. I'm just saying it the way it is. I don't care. So, I mean, guys, I'm just telling you the way it goes. We have to support whatever candidate is the nominee, okay? I'm probably going to end up supporting unless Marco Rubio wins by brokered convention. If Donald Trump runs third party, I don't know who I'll support. But all I know is we can't let Hillary get it.
Caiden Cowger.
Keeping America straight. You're listening to Caiden Cowger, America's next generation of conservative talk radio.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Bank on Yourself. Bank on Yourself is a company that teaches you how to invest money, how to prepare for your retirement, basically teaches you how to save money. And they are offering a free report right now that you can sign up for, 18 pages, absolutely free. You can get that by going to 25security.com. That is 25security.com. All you have to do is just type in your first name, last name, primary email, and they will send it right your way. That is 25security.com.
If you want to work until you keel over, have less of everything in retirement, or give back more of your hard-earned money to the stock market again, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to protect the money you save, receive a steady, predictable retirement income, and enjoy financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. You can download a free report that reveals the wealth-building secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. You'll learn how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and real prosperity without risking your money in the Wall Street casino, and how to get the money you need when you need it, simply by asking for it. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement and know your money will last as long as you do. To learn more about this method and to get your free report, go to 25security.com. That's the number 25security.com. 25security.com. Go to 25security.com.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-824-9762. Again, 800-824-9762. That's 800-824-9762. 800-824-9762.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Bank on Yourself. Bank on Yourself is a company that basically teaches their clients how to invest money, how to prepare for their retirement, how to reduce their 401ks, basically how to manage your money wisely. And the president of the company is Pamela Yellen. She has investigated over 450 financial products and strategies in search for an alternative task and voluntary of traditional investments. She has appeared on every major TV and radio network, and her articles and interviews have appeared in thousands of publications and websites. And she is a New York Times bestseller on Bank on Yourself Revolution. Now, if you'd like to find out more, you can go to 25security.com. 25security.com. Once again, that is 25security.com. You know, running for the presidency is supposed to be about portraying yourself as the most professional candidate fit for the office.
Caiden Cowger.
So what does Hillary Clinton do?
Somebody had to say it.
She barks like a dog.
You know? Who let the dogs out? 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 You know?
This is Caiden Cowger,
You're listening to WXMB.
Myrtle Beach's exclusive home.
For Caiden Cowger. Show notes and segments from today's show will be posted at CaidenCowgerProgram.com. If you're on Twitter, just follow Caiden Cowger at Caiden Cowger.
That would be the best decision of your life. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
You're listening to WXMB, the Myrtle Beach home for Caiden Cowger.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. It is great to have you with us. So, here's another thing. Ted Cruz was endorsed by a Bush family member, by Neil Bush, the son of President George H.W. Bush, who defrauded U.S. taxpayers out of $1.5 billion in the saving loans scam, and later peddled influence for the Chinese government, who plied him with Chinese prostitutes. Supplied him, I think is what it should be. With Chinese prostitutes, has formally endorsed Senator Ted Cruz for president. So that's great. So the Bushes are endorsing Ted Cruz. That's fantastic. Another thing that we have here is that 46,000, this is very interesting, 46,000 PA Democrats, Pennsylvania Democrats, have become Republicans, and this is all due to Donald Trump. This is from Pittsburgh CBS Local. Pittsburgh KDKA. Nearly 46,000 Pennsylvania Democrats have switched to Republicans since the beginning of the year. According to Penn Live, some experts attribute the mass exodus to Donald Trump. There's even a title for the movement. It's called Ditch and Switch, and calls for lifelong Democrats to abandon the party, register Republican, and help ensure Trump's place in the general election. And we also saw this poll that came out, I forget where it was from, but not long ago it came out, of where they were saying that Donald Trump has 20% support among Democrats. 20% of Democrats would vote for Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton. I mean, that is absolutely amazing. Only 8% of Republicans would support Clinton over Trump. So we're definitely getting the other side. And see, that's one of the things that's very fascinating here. The GOP establishment has been saying, oh, we need to get all of these people. We need to just expand the party, expand the tent, get this great big circus thing going. We've got to get the black people over here, the Latinos over here, the women over here, this minority group over here, that minority group over there, the youth over here. We're being told that we have to expand the party. We have to get all of these minorities. And Donald Trump is doing just that. I mean, research shows this, guys. That's a fact. Donald Trump is crossing over, getting Democrats, getting independents, getting black people, getting Hispanics, getting women, getting the youth, getting all these groups of people. And what's happening? The GOP establishment is saying, never Trump, never Trump. We can't ever have Trump. He's doing just what they said that we must do. They were saying we must compromise on everything in order to get all of these minorities to vote for us. We have to pander to them. Well, Donald Trump is doing so without pandering. Not really pandering, just saying, I want to make America great again. And guess what? That's a message that has resonated with all the minorities. All the minorities are jumping onto the Trump train. And here you have the GOP establishment that is just saying, no, we're not, we don't want anything to do with Donald Trump. Never Trump. We're going to even have a brokered convention and send out Mitt Romney, our loser candidate from the 2012 and actually 2008 elections. We're going to send out the loser to go against Donald Trump in a brokered convention and completely turn the party into complete chaos, cause a whole bunch of our electorate to just leave the party. But as long as we are still in control, it's all worth it. That's how arrogant these people are. And guys, it's really just amazing how hypocritical the GOP establishment is. I mean, it's almost like the GOP establishment is working for the Democratic Party because Donald Trump is accomplishing exactly what they set out to do, reaching all of these groups, and the GOP wants nothing to do with it. All the GOP cares about is control within their own party. And to be completely honest with you, I have, created a theory that I sometimes wonder if the GOP establishment likes Democrats in the White House, likes having a Democrat majority because they're able to pander to their voters more, to their billionaire donors, and they're able to get money out of them. They're able to raise more money when there's Democrats in office because we have to stop the Democrats. So, they get more money there, so more money for them. More money for the stuff that they want to do. So that's very possible. More money for trips like Marco Rubio went on. So guys, I want to thank you for listening to us tonight. For more information on the Caiden Cowger program, go to CaidenCowgerProgram.com, and for the latest news exposing the left, go to CowgerNation.com. Thank you so much. God bless and God save this nation.